Suppose three people each have taken loans of $1,000, but they each pay different annual interest rates. For each loan, write an expression using only multiplication for the amount owed at the end of each year if no payments are made. Okay, so if we're not making any payments at all, we're starting out with $1,000. And we're multiplying this by 1.12 because the 1 stands for the original $1,000 and the 0.12 is the interest. And then we would just change the number after 1,000 depending on what our interest rates are. So this would be 1,000 times 1.24 to represent the 24% interest rate. And now here's going to be 1,000 times 1.306 to represent the 30.6% interest rate. And we're only doing that one time. If we were going to do it two times, we could write it as 1,000 times 1.12 times 1.12 again, because we did it for 2 years. 1,000 times 1.12 times 1.12. Sorry, this is going to be 24. 24% interest rate means 1.24. And then this is going to be the original $1,000. Now we got the 30.6% interest rate. Side note, try to avoid paying anything at a 30.6% interest rate. All right, so now you can probably tell we're getting close to like the end of the box. We don't really have a lot of room anymore. So by the time we get up to even about 3, we're going to need a more efficient way to write this. So I notice multiplying the same number. So why don't we use exponents? Let's do this as 1,000 times 1.12. And then if I put the 3 right here, that means I'm multiplying by 1.12 3 times. So now I can do the same thing for the other one, except instead of using the 12% interest rate, now we got the 24% interest rate. And then we can also do it for the 30.6% interest rate. And it might have been a tight squeeze. We might have still been able to fit it, but definitely by the time we get to bad boy number 10 right here, there's no way we're going to be able to fit like 10 of those inside these little itty bitty tiny boxes. So I'm going to come in handy. We do 1,000 times 1.12, raise that to the 10th power. $1,000 times 1.24, raising that to the 10th power. And then 1,000 times 1.306, raising that to the 10th power. And now we can, if we don't know how many specific years we're going to go without repayment, and we just want to represent it generally, instead of the 10 or the 3, we can just put the letter X. So it's still going to be the same interest rate, and we just put the X. And that means we don't know what number we want it to be yet, so we're just going to call it X for now. 306 to the X power. All right.